Sorry. On my leg. Good afternoon, Jalen. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, want to ask you about leadership. You know, you guys had some tough few weeks. How have you been acting or responding as a leader for the locker room?
Well, I've been just trying to keep everybody together, and to be quite honest with you, it's not been hard to do that at all. I mean, we still come in with smiles on our faces. We're grateful for what we get to do every single day, and we come in and work. I mean, it's not going to change because of the results we've been having. We know that eventually it's going to turn around, and we're going to take what we're working for.
Hey Jalen, so KJ Duff is Rutgers' leading receiver. What have you kind of seen about him on film this week, and what's kind of your plan for stopping him?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that the coaches will put us in great positions as the whole entire secondary to be able to limit their explosive passing. And, they do a great job of getting the ball out and playing on rhythm. Regardless of who the receiver is, I think as long as we communicate and just focus on doing our job, all 11 of us together, then we'll be okay.
Hey Jalen, I'm curious what Coach Loxley's teaching and coaching has been in practice the past few weeks with the targeting calls. Obviously, you got one in the UCLA game. Has he changed his message at all or increased maybe his coaching in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, the only way it's changed for real is just by practicing more, keeping our heads up and making sure that we're approaching the tackles the right way. And we've done more individual drills, practicing tackling and practicing our angles, so we're not. So like how I came in UCLA with my head down and I took a bad angle, and that's why I had the targeting. So just practicing our angles, making sure that we're having a wrap up motion coming low to high, so we're not getting those calls anymore.
Jalen, right here, going off the targeting call and you being sidelined for the first half of that Indiana game, did being on the sidelines for that first half but still wanting to contribute, be a leader, give you any new perspective on how you can be a leader, whether it's on or off the field for this defense?
Yeah, for sure. Just being able to be on the sideline and not being able to play just allowed me to be more vocal and use my IQ and use what I've watched on film all week and just make sure that I can reinforce what I'm seeing with the guys that are on the field and help them in any way I can.
How'd that help you transition to the second half when you got in, still facing the deficit, but you had the first half to watch that team and then get into the game?
I think for me, it allowed me to play fast. I was able to confirm that what we saw on film is what we were going to get, and I was able to play fast. The game obviously didn't go the way that we wanted to, but that didn't stop me from performing the way I felt like I could have.
Oh, thank you.
What gives you guys confidence and what gives you cause for confidence that this is just a bend in the road that you guys will be able to turn things around this week against Rutgers?
I think it's honestly just the way that we come to work every single day and the positive attitude, and that despite the 4-game losing streak that we're on right now, everybody is still so together and everybody still believes in what we have in this locker room. There's no splintering. There's no loss of faith. Everybody still believes in what we have, and we're also committed to winning football games.
And with Rutgers, what have you seen? What have you heard about the Scarlet Knights that makes them a tough team to defend?
A really physical team. They're gonna fight for every single yard. They do a really good job of playing on schedule. And their playmakers make plays, and that's something that we need to focus on this week, is making plays and just doing our job.
Jalen, with the 4-game losing streak, do you worry that this streak is maybe turning away fans?
It may, and I mean, that's what happens when you lose. Nobody wants to watch teams lose, but we're all in the facility about turning this around, and we know that we will take it back, and there's no concern on our end about what's going on right now.
And you probably heard, but there were chants of fire Loxley on Saturday. How did that sit with you?
I mean, the fans are entitled to their own opinion, and I really try to stay outside of the outside noise. I know I'm all in on my coach, and I believe wholeheartedly in my coach and his messaging and his plan for our team, and I believe that we will turn this around, and then by the end of the season, that won't be the same song that they're singing.
Yeah, Isaiah. So you guys have done a really nice job all year as an offensive line and pass protection and protecting Malik. He hasn't taken very many sacks, but as a whole, the run game has fallen a little bit short. How are you guys as a unit trying to address that issue to establish the run game and maybe make Malik's job a little bit easier?
Yeah, we're just going to fall back to fundamentals, you know what I'm saying? Listen to our coaches and definitely make it an emphasis, throughout the rest of the weeks. And just fall back, like I said, to fundamentals and doing the little things right. And then, getting that run game going.
Yeah, bouncing off that, Isaiah, just talking about the run game and trying to get it into shape. Has practice looked any different or any other emphasis in the run game from a practice now versus a practice in August, knowing that the run game is a point that you guys want to get better at?
I think we've attacked it throughout this whole season. We haven't gotten the result that we wanted, but still just attacking every day during practice in the meeting rooms, and it's just connecting with one another and collaborating to improve the run game, because we know it is an issue, and just giving a lot of attention to it.
Isaiah, kind of a full circle moment. You began your career at Rutgers. What does it mean? Obviously, you're focused on the game Saturday. What does it mean to go back?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. Having the opportunity just to be a football player at the University of Maryland, and to go back home in front of my family, it's going to be a great thing for me and my family. But at this point, I'm really just focused on getting this team back on the right track.
Do you know where are you telling your teammates and everyone where to eat? Where the best sandwiches are? Is that?
Nah, no talk about that. Really, just focus on the game.
Rutgers defensively, they've had a reputation just being physical. What's that going to pose a challenge to you guys this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great defense. A disciplined defense. They do a lot of things to try and disorientate the offense. But at the end of the day, when we stick to our plan, we're going to execute and get the job done.
Isaiah, a similar question I asked Jalen. With a 4-game losing streak, are you worried that this might turn off fans?
No, I think perspective is everything, and with the 4-game losing streak, you definitely have people who fall off, but you still have people who are supporting you day in and day out. So we're really thankful and blessed for the people who stick by us no matter what, and we know we're going to get the job done and turn things around to attract more people to come to the games.
And then how frustrating is it when you hear the fans calling for Mike to lose his job?
Yeah, it's frustrating just because, all the faith that you have in your coach, a tremendous amount of respect for him, and you definitely don't want to see your coach go through anything like that. So just, sticking together as a family is the most important thing, and we're going to do that and continue to do that, and yeah.
How do you pour into the running backs? They're not having that success. How do you guys pour into them as a group to let them know, things are going to get better?
Yeah, I mean, we all love those guys, and knowing how they play and the players that they truly are, that gives you the confidence in the world to just, go out there, go to war with them. You know what I'm saying? So there's no lack of confidence, no lack of hope. Just trusting in your teammates and just having their back no matter what goes down, and that's the most important thing. So. Yep.